having kids, my nieces and nephews in my life, not taking constructive criticism from someone who's younger than me. One day I'm very happy, other day I'm getting mad at them. They can throw tantrum anytime. My niece made a comment. She said, "Masi, really need to learn how to speak to kids." And I was saying, they should be able to express their feelings. Anyone younger than me has no right to say anything to me. For example, instead of saying, "Stop hitting," you can say, "Keep your hands to yourself." Hello, hello. Today is the 21st day of 5 unique grateful notes for 21 days challenge. Finally, I did it. I was supposed to complete it in November, but I'm doing it in December. But my goal was to finish it regardless, and I did it. Now let's move on to 5 grateful notes for having kids, nieces, nephew in my life. Welcome to my channel, Single and Strong Mom. Today we're gonna talk about how having kids, my nieces and nephews in my life have made me a better person. There are so many different traits they have added in my life, to me, in my personality. And it's all because of them. For example, being resilient, being consistent, not giving up, being unstoppable, taking constructive criticism from someone who's younger than me. That's the toughest one for many parents. For so many parents or relatives, it's difficult to take constructive criticism. Anyhow, I learned it and I hope you will learn as well. 1, being consistent. If they are having argument, I need to stay consistent to change their habits. So anything I'm going to do for my kids, for my nieces or nephew, it can't be really, one day I'm very happy, other day I'm getting mad at them. No, it has to be consistent. Number 2, being resilient. They can throw tantrum anytime. Do they know of this rule? No. But they just throw tantrum in the parking lot, in the shopping mall, at home, in the grocery store, at a relative's place. You can't say, let's just leave this place. Let's just leave. Let's just go from here. Let's just go from here. They feel embarrassing in front of their relatives. But it would be embarrassing if you support your kids' emotions. If you know how to regulate their emotions. And before you regulate their emotions, you should know how to take care of your emotions. Why would I feel embarrassing? But I learned to accept little kids can have big emotions. As long as I learn how to regulate, it's not embarrassing situation for anyone. And I notice if parents are feeling embarrassing, then all relatives looking at them. But if parents know how to manage that situation, if parents know how to tackle, how to speak, how to give some space, then no one bothers, no one cares. They might gossip, but who cares? You need to care about your kids. So I needed to be resilient, and I'm great at it now. Not before, but now I am. Number 3, they taught me how I need to accept constructive criticism from someone who's younger than me. I remember maybe like 5-6 years ago, my niece made a comment. She said, "Masi, really need to learn how to speak to kids." And I was so offended. Like, how dare she say that? I know how to talk to my kids. But my niece was coming from the perspective that when she was little, when she was spoken the way I was speaking to my child, she felt some type of way and she didn't want my kids to feel that way. So we're all learning. First, I get offended. Second, I made no comments to her. Why? Because it's important. At the same time, although I felt offended, but I want my kids to do the same. That they should be able to say their feelings, they should be able to express their feelings, say what they should say with respect, but they should be able to express. If I get offended and I sit on that feeling, then I'm setting an example that little kids, not little, but anyone younger than me, has no right to say anything to me. So I had to learn the hard way, and I did. Now we talk often, what worked for them, what can work for my kids, how it's supposed to be, the tone of voice, or what the message should be versus what I'm trying to say, and versus what my kids are understanding. So having nieces and nephew around who are older than your kids are also a blessing. But you as a parent should be open to hear opinion. You don't have to agree, but let the other person say what they're saying. Maybe it's in your favor, maybe it's in your kid's favor. And I'm surrounded by people that every one of us care about improving, progressing. Number 4, I learned how to speak to kids. Okay, for example, instead of saying stop hitting, you can say keep your hands to yourself, stay out of everyone's bubble space, stay out of your brother's bubble space, or stay out of your sister's bubble space. Stop running around the house. Instead, walking feet please. You can say it with a smile. And the funny part, knowing what words to use saves you energy, save you from tantrums, save you from playing you hurt my feelings. Kids don't say those things when you use the right words. So I learned how to speak their language. I know there is no course about it. Before there wasn't, but now there are parenting courses. I'm taking one, you should take one too. It's a blessing, it's a helpful, it's a cheat sheet for parents. And trust me, kids love spending time with you more than before. And if they didn't like, they will like. If they like, they will like to spend even more time. You're gonna have a good problem to solve, how to spend more time with them. Number 5, I learned, I can't say I learned, or I changed how I speak about boys and girls. I stopped generalizing boys or girls. Instead of saying all boys are like that. Why? Because I have a boy too. I have a son, I have a daughter. And when I generalize, it's not my intention, but unintentionally, I'm generalizing my son as well. I'm generalizing my father as well. All the good male people in my life, I'm generalizing them when I say all guys are cheater, all guys are a mess. What I'm doing, I'm sending wrong vibration to my own son, to my own father or grandfather or whoever. Good men in your life, you're sending a wrong vibration, wrong energy towards them. So instead I say, it's not everyone. But yes, some of them are like that. Some of them have this issue. They don't understand women. They don't understand their wife, right? But it's not everyone. So I can't generalize. I'm not supposed to. I'm glad I have both son and daughter because I learned not to just, slap everyone for one person's mistake. So I had some life lessons to learn, which I learned only because I have nephews, nieces, and my own kids. If you are a parent, it's a blessing. You have something to learn for, not something, some things to learn for and some things to learn from. And if you're not a parent, still you can learn how to speak the right way, how to choose the right words to deliver message, how you intended, versus you're trying to speak English, but you're speaking Hindi and you expect people to understand you. It's not gonna happen. You have to speak the same language. Now in this, I would say when we're speaking to kids, definitely we're not speaking different language, but we need to choose the right words, the right vocabulary. Okay, you can use that for adults as well. Your life will be heaven. Your life will be easy. People will love you, admire you, acknowledge you more than before. So let's focus on this.
Is that only proof? And this is when the love